Today I'm going to show you how to make the hidden stripe bracelet. And this is a reversible bracelet. This is one side and this is the other. And the stripe looks like it's hidden down in here. For this tutorial you will need a MonsterTail, any color rubber bands you will like. I'm using white, turquoise, and green, a hook, and a C-clip. To begin this bracelet, you are going to take one white rubber band and wrap it around this peg twice. Now you're going to take your hook inside there and stretch it over these 3 pegs so that it looks like this. Now you're going to take your C-clip and slide it through these 2 parts of this rubber band. So now you can slide your hook out. Then you're going to take all these rubber bands on this one peg and lift it up and off. This is what it should look like, and you're going to take the other end of your bracelet and this one white band we capped. We are going to slide this in. Now you're going to take your C-clip and slide it through these 2 parts of this rubber band. So now you can slide your hook out. Then you're going to take all these rubber bands on this one peg and lift it up and off. This is what it should look like, and you're going to take the other end of your bracelet and this one white band we capped. We are going to slide this in. To begin with making the bracelet, you're going to take one green and stretch it across to these 2 pegs. Then you're going to use your hook to make sure that your bands have equal stretch. And you are going to take this over to this peg. Now you're going to take that same band and make sure this does not get on this peg and hook it over to there. So that looks like that. Now you're going to take your next color, which mine is white, and you are going to go from here to here. Then you're going to bring this around this middle peg and hook it over to there. Then you're going to take it up using the same rubber band and hook it to this upper peg. Then you're going to take this bottom cap band that we laid on the very bottom and just hook it over these pegs. Make sure none of your rubber bands fall off while you are doing that. Now you're going to push those rubber bands down and take your next color. Mine is green, mine is turquoise, and I'm going to put it where my green was. So I'll go from these 2 pegs and hook it down to these bottom 2 pegs over here. Now you're going to take your white and hook it over to these 2 pegs and bring the first one up here and the second one down to there. You are ready to begin doing the looping pattern for the rest of this bracelet. On this peg, you're going to take up the bottom 2. And then on this peg, you're just going to take up the bottom 1. Hook it over. Then you're going to take up the bottom 2 and then the bottom one. You are just going to do this all the way around. If your pegs have 4 loops, you're going to take up the bottom 2, and if they have 2, you're only going to take up the bottom 1. You are going to do this pattern again, so I will show you several more times. My next color is green, so I'm going to go from these 2 pegs right there. And I'm going to stretch it again to these bottom 2 corner pegs. Make sure this does not reach over this peg, so you need to push it back. Now you're taking your white and stretching it from the bottom 2 bands, and going from the top and bottom pegs, so that your loom should look like this. Now you're just going to take, because this has 4 rubber bands, we're going to take up the bottom 2. This one only has 1, so we're going to take up the bottom 1. You're just going to do this all the way around. I'm going to show you how to do this one more time. So my next color is turquoise. So you go from here down to here and stretch over the bottom, but not catching that peg. Now my next color is white, so we're going to go across from there and bring it to the top and bottom pegs, so that our loom should look like that. Now we're going to take up the bottom 2 on here, bottom 1, bottom 2, bottom 1, bottom 1, and then just 1. You will need to repeat this pattern until you get to your desired length. But remember to keep the arrow to your right at all times. So now that I have made this the length that I want it, we are going to clip. First thing you are going to do is on the pegs that have 2 rubber bands, you're just going to take the bottom 1 up. So that one had 2. Then there's another one that has 2 over here. It's just going to lift that up. Now you're going to take this band and hook it over onto here. We're just going to do that with this peg too. So you're just going to lift it up and transfer it over. You may need to start pushing this down because it will get a little full. So now that you have that, you're going to take 1 rubber band and you're going to stick your hook all the way down through this, making sure that you catch every rubber band. So that you have that. You're going to take this 1 rubber band and take it and slide it up through here and push it onto your hook, so that it should look like this. Now you're going to take your C-clip and slide it through these 2 parts of this rubber band. So now you can slide your hook out. Then you're going to take all these rubber bands on this one peg and lift it up and off. This is what it should look like. And you're going to take the other end of your bracelet and this one white band we capped. We are going to slide this in. So there you have your bracelet.